Well, Mr. Bagstock, that was quite entertaining. And indeed, in that speech, you have referred to my client as being guilty several times. See, as a lawyer, I suspect you must have studied English law in quite some detail. And now, correct me if I'm wrong, but just for the benefit of the court, would you not agree with me that one of the most important rules in British law is that one is innocent until proven guilty? So that means Mr. Worrall walked into this courtroom innocent. He remained innocent throughout this trial, and I am going to put it to you that he will stay innocent because the foundation of the prosecution's case is weak and undermining. Members of our jury, you now have the most solemn duty to perform, that being the duty to judge your fellow man. In your hands, and in your hands alone, lies the fate of Mr. Samuel Worrall. I am sure that my lord, the learned judge, will tell you that it is for the prosecution to prove that Mr. Worrall is guilty beyond all reasonable doubt, and not for the defence to prove that Mr. Worrall is not guilty. So let's start with what we know. It is not in doubt that a locket belonging to Lady Winmarleigh was placed in the care of the Royal Mail and was stolen in transit. It is also not in doubt that Miss Conley pawned the said locket with Plumbus the pawnbrokers. It is also not in any doubt that the pawn locket was the one placed in the mail by Lady Winmarleigh, addressed to Steinbergs, and that said locket never arrived with the addressee. What is in doubt, members of the jury, is quite how the locket came into the possession of Miss Conley in the first place. Miss Conley says that it was Mr. Worrall who gave her the item to pawn. Mr. Worrall says that he gave no such instruction. The flaw in the prosecution's case is that it has failed to look for the possibilities. Detective Speed tells us that there were 3 suspects in this case, and yet he charges Mr. Worrall without even investigating the other 2 possibilities. He cites his nose of experience as being why he had no need to take what I would say was a very important step in at least considering the other 2 possibilities. But he closed his mind that anyone other than Mr. Worrall had the opportunity to take that locket. What troubles me personally is the connection between Mr. Fiskin and Miss Conley. Certainly, given the close family ties, it cannot be said that she is a truly independent witness. And given the fact that Mr. Fiskin was one of the original 3 suspects, it must raise some doubt as to quite who is telling the truth here. Given all of this, there has to be some doubt as to whether or not Mr. Worrall committed these crimes at all. Remember, the burden of proof is not that he may have committed the crimes. The burden of proof is not that he might have committed the crimes. The burden of proof is that he must have committed the crimes beyond all reasonable doubt. And if there is any doubt, and I say that there is, it must go to the defendant's favour. Imagine this. Imagine you are up on this platform, or imagine it's your mother, your daughter, your father, or your son on this platform. Can you really convict them? Think about it. By convicting this man, you will destroy his life. Are you prepared to do that? Can you live with yourself if you destroy an innocent man's life? Because that is what you will all be doing if you only believe one person. If you only believe Miss Conley. Or are you smart and are you weighing up the evidence? Are you clever and will you please ask the prosecution the same question that I have asked her from the very, very start? Where is the factual evidence? Where is it? Where on earth is it? Did he eat it? This is where the prosecution will not respond because the answer is actually very, very simple. They have no factual evidence. Detective Smith searched Worrall's lodgings and found no pawn tickets there. Indeed, nothing at all was found to connect Mr. Worrall with the crimes at all. Let me put it to you this way. Is Mr. Worrall the only suspect in this case? No. Have the prosecution actually presented any factual evidence? No. Have the prosecution actually presented any evidence whatsoever other than Miss Conley's word? No. So do you have enough evidence to convict him? No, no, and no. I say that you cannot possibly be sure of Mr. Worrell's guilt, and if you are all with me on this, then it is your responsibility to find Mr. Worrell not guilty. That is the case for the defence. Thank you.